Welcome to Broken Tusk Rising, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play in the Galarian campaign setting. We're playing through the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path.
I'm Shaun, and I'm playing Andreas Witchborn, the human magus.
I'm Jessica, and I'm playing Xankath, the halfling fighter.
I'm Janette, and I'm playing Jonesy, the human cleric.
This is Josh, and I'm playing Korgo, the human barbarian.
Last time on Broken Tusk Rising, the scouts of the Broken Tusk following said goodbye to Grandfather Eowa and began leading the group away from the burning mammoths. They headed east across the plains, and while reconnoitering came across a hadrosaurid gently eating some plants. They also spotted traps designed to hobble a large animal, like a dinosaur, and when Xankath advanced to disable the traps, she discovered a group of gremlins hiding in a ditch. The gremlins attacked, with two of them, the Pugwampies, imposing misfortune on Korgo and Jonesy. A Nuglub, the third gremlin, managed to bite Xankath when she slipped on some grease. But thanks to some amazingly low damage rolls, she is barely scratched. We now rejoin the heroes as Josh struggles to turn on Korgo's rage feature. Josh, have you succeeded in turning it on?
Yes.
All right.
In fact, Korgo has been raging for 35 days and 23 hours. I am snipping this.
Wow.
I'm dropping this in the Discord.
He must be exhausted. He's going to need therapy.
Right-click, fatigued.
He's like...
That poor man.
I did do it. So I think I used a move action, and I used another action to turn on that rage. Maybe it's two actions when I have to rage. I think I have one more, right?
It's one action to rage. Did you move?
How does combat work? Let's
You have
let's
How
start all
does
over.
combat work?
You moved, you raged, you have one action left.
Okay, I'm going to
Talk, right? You're going to talk with your third action.
Just have a nice chat.
swipe at this awful looking goblin kind of long-haired monster thing.
It's a gremlin. They're very different.
How dare you?
How was that? Oh, that's a 12. That's a miss. This misfortune sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, you are forced to roll twice and take the lower number.
All right, that's Korgo's turn.
All right. And that means it is one of the Pugwampi's turns. The one that has moved out of the ditch and pulled out a bow. And it is going to shoot at, well, I guess Xankath is the obvious target. Doesn't really want to get closer to the hadrosaurid. So, yeah, it's going to take a shot at Xankath with the short bow.
Ooh.
Oh, a 27. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Is it a critical
It is
hit?
not a critical.
All right. So, rolling damage. I got a decent roll. The Pugwampi has scrambled out of the ditch, drawn a bow, and takes a shot at Xankath. And Xankath, you feel an arrow stick into your back. And you hear a little giggle. And with the second action, it will shoot again. Why not? Only a 9 to hit, however.
Yeah, that one doesn't do it.
This arrow goes wild, and it says... And with its third action, it's going to gain a little distance. It's going to take a step back. And that is the Pugwampi's turn. And that takes us back to the top of initiative with round 3. Xankath, it is your turn. Next to you is this Nuglub, this hideous-looking gremlin. And on the other side of it, flanking it, is Korgo. You have your bow out. You're in a point-blank stance. What do you want to do?
Okay, first a question. So I have now assisting shot. Is that a thing that I activate only if I hit, or do I activate it and then...
Assisting shot is an attack action, so you'll do this like kind of in place of a strike.
Oh, okay.
And as a press, it means you have to do something else first.
Okay.
It's got the press trait. So press means you must do some other attack first, and then this is a follow-up attack.
So, like, I could just shoot my bow twice.
That's right.
Okay.
So do a
That's
normal
annoying.
shot and then do an assisted shot. The assisting shot should have some advantages, essentially, for having to be a follow-up thing.
Okay. I'm going to turn my back on the guy between Korgo and I and take aim at the Pagwampi who just shot me, because that was rude. And I'm gonna shoot it.
All right.
It's an 18 to hit.
An 18 is a hit.
Had I activated my point blank shot?
You did.
I don't.
It's on, yeah.
I did?
You did.
You had
Cool.
your stance on last time.
It's on.
Cool, thank you. Oh, cool. That's a 1
Yes.
damage,
Yes, it is.
but I get +2 from my point blank shot, so it's at least 3.
Oh, dang. All right. So you strike a glancing blow on this gremlin, and it recoils, stumbles back a little bit.
Man, if I could at least roll some decent damage, that'd be cool. I'm gonna shoot it again, and we'll see what happens. Probably not much, but here we go.
Are you doing an assisted shot now, or are you doing just a regular shot?
I mean, I guess yes, I would like to do assisted shot.
It's the same attack bonus as a normal secondary
It's
shot,
same
but
attack.
it's going to give
Yeah.
it's going to pass a bonus down the line, which means it's strictly better than just doing a normal attack.
Right.
Yeah, and that's 14 to hit. Probably doesn't hit.
14 is not a hit. The arrow goes sailing
Yep.
past as the very short creature ducks a bit, maybe unnecessarily.
Okay, yeah, probably. I mean, there's absolutely no point to taking a third shot. I'm not gonna hit,
Maybe you'll get a 20.
and I don't want to move.
Or you could do an acrobatics action, an athletics action. You could intimidate somebody. You could feint.
Or get a 20.
You could
Okay.
do any of your skills, really, that you think might narratively impact the scene, and then Mike can impose a disadvantage on them or something.
Yeah, tell me what you want to do.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm gonna feint and act like I'm distracted by the guy behind me to try to draw his attention away from Korgo.
Okay.
How do I feint?
With a feint action, you leave an opponent unprepared for a real attack, and you make a deception check against that opponent's perception DC.
Okay. That's a 19 on my deception.
That is a success. So with a success, your enemy is fooled only momentarily. The target is flat-footed against the next melee attack. Oh, well, actually, you know what? You might not want to use that action because it only affects your next melee attack that you attempt against it.
Oh,
So I would say,
So,
that's disappointing.
if I backseat DM,
yes, please.
I mean, like, it's perfectly up to you, Mike, if you want to say, like, she narrated it in a way that she's trying to help Korgo.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to roll it over to Korgo and say it will help with Korgo's next attack, that's
Yeah.
okay with me.
I'd love that.
Okay, let's do that. Korgo, this creature is flat-footed against your next attack as it thinks it might have an opportunity to take advantage of Xankath's back that is turned to it. The next melee attack, it is flat-footed. That's the end of Xankath's turn, and now it is Andreas's turn.
It is my turn. I'm ready. I'm here. I've been waiting. First thing I want to do is intimidate. I want to try and demoralize one of these little pugwampis, and I think I'm going to go for the one that was shooting at Xankath, because
Okay.
he's a little further away. He thinks I can't get him, but I can.
All right, make your intimidation check, I
Oh,
guess.
I lied. I'm not trained in intimidation.
Oh,
Let me do something else. You know what I am going to do?
Do you have to be trained to do the things?
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool. Just curious. Thank you.
I'm going to do a trip instead because my meteor hammer can trip people.
all right. Is that a reflex save? I mean, not a reflex save. That you make an attack against their reflex
yeah,
DC?
it's his reflex DC. So
All right.
my meteor hammer swings out, attempts to wrap around this tiny creature's little leg, and
The same one?
the top one, yep,
Yep, okay.
18.
18 just matches the DC.
Okay, so if I match, it's prone.
Cool.
All right, so the Pugwampi that was shooting arrows at Xankath falls prone.
Beautiful.
You managed to trip this tiny creature with your meteor hammer, which I guess for a creature this small is really just pretty much flattening it.
Yeah, I just clobbered it. No damage on that, but it's been, like, as Josh said, 35 days. So I can't remember if I actually spent an action to recharge my spell strike. But with your permission, I'll just say I did.
I think you probably did,
Okay.
but I don't remember.
So I will then, against that same Pugwampi that is on the ground, I will spell strike it. My meteor hammer suddenly engorging and becoming covered in like spikes and blades as I cast the gouging claw cantrip into it. Its butterfly motif becoming razor sharp. And I'll do slashing damage. And I roll. This is my second attack. So I have a -5 on it. Oh, 14.
14, because the creature is prone and apparently also flat-footed against your attack, that is just barely a success.
Perfect.
You have just matched its AC.
Awesome. Okay, so that is 13 points of damage.
Oof.
Nice.
And with that, your enhanced meteor hammer comes slamming down on top of this little gremlin, and there is a loud squishing noise and a pop.
Ooh.
Then you don't hear anything else.
Silence follows. The rest of you are going to get it too if I have to spend any bothering with you.
That is now the Hadrosaurid's turn. The Hadrosaurid goes in a random direction. 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just sort of randomly stomps around. It's gotten a little bit closer to this combat, although it seems completely unconcerned about it. And that's all it does this round aside from eating. And it is the Nuglub's turn. The Nuglub is going to try to take advantage. Now, the Nuglub is acting before Korgo. Is it still going to be flat-footed against Korgo's next attack? I guess, per the description, I guess it would still be flat-footed against his next attack. But in any case, for now, it's going to try to take advantage of the fact that it thinks Xankath's back is turned and attack her. Do I have any other cool things I can do?
I would prefer you not.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, she's got a second-level spell, but it's useless. Shaun, tell me what you think. Is Shatter at all useful in Pathfinder 2e? Because it has to be an unattended object.
Shatter. Evocation Sonic, a unattended object. It looks like it's for, like, breaking down doors and stuff.
Yeah. It seems like a strange thing for a second-level spell, but...
It doesn't do any damage to creatures?
Nothing to creatures. It only affects unattended objects.
Weird.
Well, it could destroy the pit trap. That would be helpful.
That's their pit trap, though. They don't want to destroy that.
And if you wanted
She
to
didn't
use
say it would be helpful for them. She said it would be helpful.
It's true.
I think part of it, just meta discussion wise, is that sonic damage is very infrequently resisted. And so that might be, it's like it can do up to like 20 damage at very low levels. So,
Right. Interesting.
Just use it on load bearing objects or something.
All right. Let's do a couple things. Let's first take a step and then make a claw attack on Xankath. What do we got here? A 28.
Hit. Not a critical.
Oh my gosh, she must have a good armor class.
Wow, nice.
That's one off of being a critical.
Oh my goodness. All right, so a hit with actually that was a bite. Sorry. 8 points of damage. All right, we got a decent amount of damage here.
Oof.
And with my last action, this weird Nuglub creature will also claw at Xankath. 24.
Yep.
And 4 more points of damage. So this creature steps away from Korgo. It thinks you're distracted, and maybe you kind of are, actually, because it
Maybe I kind of am.
claws and scratches at you pretty viciously.
I'm watching the other Pugwampy be squished.
Yep. The Pugwampy that is not dead decides that it is probably too close to that meteor hammer and decides to step up out of that ditch.
There is no escape.
And then move again. I'm going to move over there.
Well, that betters your chances.
And as another action, so it will pull out a bow as a second action and then take a shot with a third action at Xankath because she's the most wounded. And we've got a 28 with a natural 20.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
All right, so here we go.
Needs to be a low roll. Oh,
A 2,
and it's double.
and then double that, and it's 4.
Wait, is it
I'm still
was
up.
that a short bow?
That was a short
You
bow.
want the bad news, Jess?
Oh no, it's deadly.
Oh, I'm going down.
Oh.
Hey, I get to learn about what happens when you go unconscious in Pathfinder.
All right, 9.
Wait, it rolled twice.
Oh, did it
Can
roll
I take
twice?
the first one?
Oh, yeah, take the first one. Sorry, I didn't see.
It's
Yeah.
still a double,
Yeah.
right?
No, that's not
I don't-
double.
No,
Not that
it doesn't double that. So
Oh, doesn't really matter. I'm unconscious.
4 more points of damage. All right. So Xankath goes unconscious. She is now, dying 1?
Yeah.
Shaun, you want to share with us what dying 1 means?
All right, when you fall to 0 hit points in Pathfinder, or rather below 0 hit points in Pathfinder, you are dying. So you're unconscious, and your dying has a value. If this value ever reaches 4, you die. If you're dying, you attempt a recovery check at the start of each of your turns on each round to determine whether you get better or worse. This is usually like a 50-50 chance. If you lose the dying condition by succeeding at a recovery check or by spending a hero point, you are at 0, unconscious, and you gain the wounded condition, which just makes it worse if you get knocked down to 0 again later.
And I have one more bit of bad news. The thing that knocked you out was a critical hit, which means you go to dying 2.
What?
Right? According to the death and dying rules,
Sounds right.
if the effect that knocked you out was a critical success from the attacker or the result of your critical failure, you gain the dying 2 condition instead.
How dare you?
Sorry. Jonesy, what do you want to do? Your friend Xankath is lying on the ground unconscious.
Don't worry, Xankath. You can forget everything you just learned about dying too, because I'm about to heal you with friendship.
That's so wholesome.
So wholesome.
I think I get to roll this as a 2d8. 13.
Oh, man.
All right.
Nice.
You can do that from range.
Yes, because I use a 2 action from range. I got
2-action
30
healing.
feet.
Right.
When you cast heal, you roll d10s instead of d8s.
Oh yeah, because they took that thing. So should
Okay,
I
cool. I'm not gonna.
roll 2 d10s then instead?
Yeah, just do it from the chart.
16.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
All right. So Xankath, you are conscious again.
I'm no longer dying. I can unclick that.
Yes, but you are now what? Wounded
Wounded 1.
1.
Oh,
okay.
no.
But you are still prone until your turn.
Yeah.
And you are wounded 1.
Still got one more action. Jonesy will point a finger towards Korgo and ask for Sarah Ray's blessing to provide him guidance.
Okay. What does that get him?
So he gets a 1+ status bonus to 1 attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check. And that's for 1 turn.
All right, Korgo, you're up. You have, on this first attack, you have a bonus from this blessing you've just received, and the creature is flat-footed against your first attack still. What are you going to do?
Korgo does what he was made to do. Korgo takes a step action and says, thanks! Oh, it's only 11.
All that and only an 11 to hit.
Man, that misfortune. It's painful.
Super awful.
It really is. It's rough. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Korgo's fighting again. 18.
An 18 to hit,
Yeah,
even with your misfortune.
even with.
That is just a hit.
Nice. 6 damage.
All right, so you punch this creature. It recoils from you, but it is not in terrible shape at this point. It's somewhat injured. What else you want to do?
That's it. That was 3 actions.
All right. Xankath, it is your turn. You are prone. What do you want to do?
Multiple questions.
Okay.
1, if I remember correctly, this trap that's to the southeast of me, it was for larger creatures. I could walk
Correct.
through it and it would not bother me. Okay, cool. 2, does it cost anything to stand? Like part of my movement, is that...
It's an action.
It's an action.
Okay.
And it might trigger an attack of opportunity if the creature has one.
I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run away
Okay.
to about, like, I'm going southeast, just to the other side of the trap, just to get some distance.
All right. Xankath moves away from the melee combat here between Korgo and the Nuglub, steps away from this ditch. What do you want to do now?
Now I'm going to shoot the Nuglub.
All right.
And that's a 26 to
That
hit.
is a hit. Not a critical, but that is a hit. Roll your damage.
It's 1.
Ah,
Plus 2.
plus
It's
2 is
3. I can't roll damage. It's real bad.
Another glancing blow.
You did almost die, so...
Yeah.
As I moved away, I said to Korgo, "All right, I'm fine, Korgo. It's just take care of him. Or them. Take care of them."
Andreas, we're back to you.
Okay. Do we say the ditch is difficult terrain? Can't remember.
The ditch is just a minor dip, really, and it is not difficult terrain. You can step in and out of it easily.
Okay, so I could go like here with no problem.
Sure, that's fine. You can step across the
I
ditch.
step across the ditch. I am now just behind the Nuglub, and because Korgo threatens it, it should be flat-footed to me.
All right.
I'm going to spend an action just to recharge my spell strike, but I won't have the actions to do a spell strike this turn, so I'll just do a normal attack. That's a 20 to hit.
That is a hit.
And
Nice.
8 points of damage.
Oh, now we're talking. Now this thing is getting badly injured as it's getting pummeled from both directions now. Korgo punches it in the head, and it spins around and gets smacked in the face by a meteor hammer. Is that the end of your turn?
That's it. That was 3.
Now, here's where things could get pretty hairy.
No, go away, dinosaur. We don't want you
It's the Hadrosaurus
Shoo.
turn.
Shoo. Shoo.
So the creature, I rolled a 6. So north is 1, and then northeast is 2, east is 3, southeast is 4, south is 5, and southwest is 6. So he goes 1, 2,
Oh no.
and steps right next to Andreas.
Good dinosaur. Good boy.
And it is the Nuglub's turn. The Nuglub is looking pretty panicky at this point and says, "No! Stop food! Stop killing us! We eat you!" And it will step... actually, it's going to run back quite a bit. No, you know what? No. It's going to attack first. It's going to attack Korgo first, and then it's going to step away. So here we go. First attack with a bite. 25 to hit. Ow!
Yeah.
6 points of damage. It chomps down on your leg and then swipes at you with a claw. Only a 12 to hit with a claw. And then it runs away from you and says to its friend, "Shoot them! Shoot them!" The Pugwampy looks a little panicky and steps back a bit itself and will take a shot at the big scary guy with the swinging thing. I'll take a shot at Andreas. That's a 17 to hit, which I think is a miss.
Miss.
And take another shot. A 12, also a miss. Jonesy, what do you want to do?
Jonesy will follow the what's it called? Nuglub?
Nuglub.
The Nuglub.
Now, you walked through the grease there.
Oh, dang it. I will not walk through the grease.
I don't know if it matters if you just pass through it.
The green is the grease?
Yeah, the green square is a square
Okay.
of
I
grease.
will not walk through it. So I've got 30 feet of movement. Or is it 25? Don't want to lie.
25 gets you right there.
Okay.
25, yeah.
And then I think that's still close enough for me to do something. This is 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
35 feet from
creature.
you.
Okay.
You could get the Pugwampy.
You could get the Pugwampy.
I want to get the main guy.
I get that.
Yes, I will. Well, it's today you're our food and we prefer barbecue. And Jonesy will throw a fire ray at this guy. Oh, no, that was so bad. 13.
Oh.
13 is a miss.
It just falls right in front of him.
It's hard. These things are so small. And it giggles at you a little nervously. And Korgo, what do you want to do?
We're not going to let it run away. Korgo runs over 25 feet. He'll take a swipe at the Nuglub.
All right.
And 16 to hit the Nuglub.
It is no longer flat-footed, so that is a miss.
Ugh.
Okay. He's just going to keep going.
All right.
Ah! Nope, that's a miss too. That's an 8.
Again, you're swinging over this small creature's head. It's hard to grab it. It's just all slippery and gross, and you kind of don't want to hit it. I mean, you want to hit it, but you kind of don't want to hit it.
All right, that was it. That was 3 actions.
The dead Pugwampy, it continues to be dead. Xankath, what do you want to do?
Continues to be dead.
Going to move northeast to get a clear shot around Korgo on the Nuglub. And I'm going to shoot it. And I'm pretty angry and pretty hurt, but that doesn't mean anything to the strike. But it's true.
Okay.
24 to hit.
24 to hit the Nuglub, right?
Nice.
Please,
That's a hit.
for the love of God, something higher than a 1. 6!
Yeah.
All right.
Plus 2.
All right.
8
Nice work.
damage.
Xankath, you're carefully lining up this shot as Korgo is trying to pummel this small creature. How do you kill this thing?
I imagine that as Korgo is trying to hit this thing, I kind of crouch down a little bit and shoot so that the arrow goes right under Korgo's arm and sticks into the chest of this thing.
Cool.
All right. Well, it's very dead.
And I still have one more action, so I'm going to try to shoot the Pugwumpy.
All right. Korgo, there are arrows flying all around you.
Matrix dodge.
That's a 14 to hit.
That is a miss.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, just one little annoying creature left. Andreas, what do you want to do? There's a giant dinosaur right next to you.
Oh, yeah. Andreas is going to hesitantly, but confidently, but very terrifiedly stride.
It's a lot of description.
A lot of adverbs.
He uses so many adjectives because he doesn't want to get trampled by this hadrosaur. I stride forward 25 feet to flank the Pugwumpy with Korgo. Am I trampled?
No, you're fine.
Okay, good.
The creature doesn't even seem to have noticed that you were there.
Sweet. And I'll do a spell strike.
All right.
Spell strike for the win. This is going to be a fiery produce flame spell strike. A 14 to hit.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. It's very impressive. Flames go everywhere against the
Flat-footed?
the muddy ground. Oh, yeah, you are flanking it. Let's see. You're flat-footed. That is a hit.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes,
That
it is flat-footed.
becomes, 11 points of damage altogether.
Ooh, nice.
That is just enough.
Huzzah!
How do you kill this one?
Andreas dekes and dodges around the hadrosaurid's legs, runs across the field to surround the Pugwumpy with Korgo, and as he's going, the flames lick out around the meteor hammer's head, and he just uppercuts it underneath the Pugwumpy up into his belly, and it goes flying 10 or 15 feet through the air, landing on its head.
The Pugwumpy flies through the air, lands on its head, and stops moving. And everything is quiet except for this stomping hadrosaur as it moves around. And as it's nearing the woods over here and the combat ends and everything settles down, you hear a mewling, growling noise coming from the woods. And the hadrosaur looks up, looks toward the woods, and then just sort of casually steps away. It stomps directly on the dead Pugwumpy, crushes it further into the ground, doesn't seem to pay any attention, and just sort of walks around. But you hear this mewling sound coming from the woods, this growling, whining sound.
What's that?
Is there any way I can easily and quickly destroy this dinosaur trap or large creature trap?
That's where I was headed next to.
Yeah, in fact, I would like everyone, now that you're sort of finished with this combat and you've had a look around, I'd like you to make some perception checks.
Andreas got a 19.
Jonesy got 13.
16 for Xankath.
All right, and what about Korgo? 11?
11.
All right. Andreas, now that you've had a look around during this combat, you've moved around, you see that there are actually 2 more snares here.
Oh, wow. He just avoided that one on the west.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, that was extremely close. If it had stepped on that, then things could have gotten very bad. But you got lucky. For the first few rounds of combat, I didn't roll the dinosaur moving in that direction, so. Okay, but you still are hearing this mewling noise, and Andreas, you also think you can see something moving in the woods to the west.
There's something in those bushes over there. It's probably another fey creature. Everyone get your weapons ready. Prepare to fight again. And he'll move towards the bushes.
I'm worried about the dinosaur stepping into these traps.
I agree. Do your thing. I'm keeping an eye on this creature over here.
It's also right in front of me. I'm really terrified.
So you guys want to disable those traps?
Yeah, I'll move to the one to the north and deal with that one while Jonesy deals with the other one.
All right. So let's see here. Trying to find the yeah. Okay. So make is it disable device? Is that what this would be? What would you call this?
Disable is a thievery usually.
Anyone have that ability?
Got a +3.
Maybe.
Snakes does?
Okay. Well, if you want to make a check, go ahead and roll that.
8 for
8
Jonesy?
is not quite good enough.
20.
20. All right. Xankath looks at these and says, oh, yeah, I can disassemble these. No big deal. And so she goes ahead, and I'm just going to say, with one of them disassembled, you're able to disassemble the others.
I walk Jonesy through the other one, and,
Right.
We do the other two together.
Great.
Korgo gets out his dictionary and he looks up the word muling. And he's like, oh, I don't think we should be afraid of whatever's in here.
What is it, Korgo?
Well, the word muling means cry feebly or querulously, whimper.
Oh, yes. I'm not afraid of most things that whimper.
Yeah.
Children are terrifying, sir. You should be.
Korgo, as you get close to the woods, you can see about 15 feet into the woods, there's a creature rolling around on the ground, and it is a juvenile Smilodon, a saber-toothed tiger. And it looks in your direction, and it obviously has taken note of you, and then it resumes rolling around, and it looks like it may have something jammed in one of its paws.
Okay, Korgo approaches.
All right, Korgo approaches it.
He gets it his attention. He growls
It's
at it.
watching you, but it's not retreating from you.
Good.
As you get closer, you can see that it has a wooden stake jammed into its paw. And in fact, it looks kind of like part of one of those gremlin snares.
Oh, jerks. He locks eyes with it. He gives it that I am the captain now stare. And then he reaches down and pulls out whatever's in its paw.
Make a medicine check. An easy medicine check.
I studied medicine at Yale. Where's my character sheet?
Caveman Yale.
Medicine. Go.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Look at that. 6.
6. All right. You are able to withdraw it, but you inflict 1 point of damage when you're doing so.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
And the creature cries out in pain and snaps at you.
It dies.
Oh, it's bleeding out. It's all these feet jugulars.
There are easier ways to put it out of its misery, Korgo.
The creature continues rolling around on the ground for a bit, and then eventually stops and rolls onto its feet, gingerly steps in the ground with its wounded paw. It must weigh at least 200 pounds. Even this...
Oh, it's big.
I mean, even a juvenile Smilodon is still pretty big. 200 pounds, 90 kilograms for our metric listeners. It's pretty big. Nonetheless, the creature leans on you. It can't purr. Smilodons probably can't purr, but it does make a low, growling, burbling noise.
Why can't it purr? Let's say it purrs. Come on.
Well, you got a choice. It can either purr or it can roar. Which one do you want?
Oh, that's brutal, Mike. Come on.
Those are cats, man. Cats can either purr or they can roar, but they can't do both.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Welcome to Science Pathfinder, where everything
That's
is
right.
scientifically accurate.
That's right.
Jeez.
Biology,
Keep your
doctor.
fantasy out of my Pathfinder game.
I think it would be kind of cool if it doesn't roar.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess it's
Yeah.
purring.
It purrs.
I looked it up, guys, okay? I looked it up. Actual Smilodons couldn't purr because they could roar.
Can it chirp?
All right?
All right. We got to go with what's real.
Could chirp like cheetahs.
I guess they could chirp.
I mean, I'm down with that. That's pretty cool.
What does a fox do?
No.
I was really worried you were going to say a different word
Nope.
Oh. I would never.
Korgo, as you stand up, the creature stands up. This is Korgo's animal companion.
Yeah.
Josh, is there anything cool you want to tell us about it?
Must have been separated from its mother recently or weaned recently. I guess for being huge. What do I want to tell about it? Can I say how it looks even?
Sure. Although
Oh.
you'll see that Shaun has kindly drawn a really cool picture.
Oh, well, then let's look at the picture first.
It'd be awesome if Josh got really upset about how it looked.
It was supposed to have a mohawk.
That's not it at all. God.
Where's its nose ring?
Josh flips his desk.
Sorry. Please describe your awesome Smilodon.
How do I describe it? He's a Smilodon. He's got awesome, kind of angry yellow eyes. I'm zooming in now. I didn't know this was a Shaun Makes original. Oh, yeah. And he's got huge, what do I call these? Bangs?
Sure, fangs, yeah.
Incisors? Where's the smart word? We're a smart podcast, right? We got to use our words right. And he's both cute.
Teefies.
And he's got huge teefies. And he's both cute and like strong looking. He's impressive. And he's got a little bit of spots going on. The spots are fading as he comes into maturity.
They could also be Pope. I believe animals roll around in dirty smells. And he was rolling, just to warn you. No big deal. He's very cool.
Oh, he's getting the smell of what?
Poop. They want to smell like other animals, you know.
Oh, I get it. All right, I've done that.
Shaun has posted the art in the Discord if you want to see the non-token version.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, the full art?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a...
It's just a headshot, but
yeah.
it's higher resolution.
Nice.
Yes,
Fantastic.
it's very cool.
Yep.
It's really good.
He's got a wee bit of a mustache like me. Not like Korgo. It's cool because Korgo also has a little bit of a fang thing going on. We're
Do you have the
bros.
same eye color?
So it seems like this thing's going to come with me. I have like this natural bond. How does this work?
Yeah, it just seems to be
I
following you.
didn't even have to make a nature check for this.
Nope, it
It
just
seemed to have bonded with me immediately.
it's a class feature. You just get it.
I mean, Josh, I hope
Nice.
you know that because you picked it.
Yeah. Did I make all this up? Did I imagine all
I
this?
don't know how roleplay works. Yeah, no, you gave this to me for free. Yes, Korgo did use a class feature for this, and he's going to name it, I hope I can pronounce this right. He's going to name it Hrungara. It means the point beyond which the mammoths do not willingly go.
Ooh,
Rungara.
nice.
Come on, Hrungara. Be cool. Oh, I can control it already. Look at this awesomeness. Yeah. Okay, so the mechanical bad news behind me having an animal companion.
It could eat me at any time because I'm a tiny little creature.
That, and while raging, I cannot control it.
Oh.
Cool.
So I have made a terrible character already, and these decisions.
Second
Are
level,
going
and
to-
you've already departed so far from an optimal character. Oh, dear.
This is how we do it.
Josh, what was the name of the air elemental that you eventually lost control of and could have killed us all?
Oh, gosh, I forgot.
Oh, Ventus.
Ventus, right.
Ventus. So this is Ventus part 2.
Yes.
Only it's around all the time,
No dispelling this one.
and it smells way worse.
And it doesn't even want you to dispel it either, right? It's not going to say kill me all the time like Ventus did.
Thank gosh.
Not yet. Just wait till I train it.
That thing, if you trade that thing to talk,
It chirps, purrs, and says, "Kill me."
That's the end of this little scene here. We need to go back to the... Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not. It's not the end of the scene. There's this dinosaur stomping around. Are you going to do anything about the dinosaur? You already mentioned you're going to put up some warning signs. Is there anything else you want to do, or just try to stay clear of it?
Check the bodies.
Oh, you want to check the bodies. Yeah. So you search the bodies. They don't have much. They have some short bows. They have some short swords.
Xankath, you best replenish your arrows.
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
excellent. How many arrows do I find?
Let's see
Getting low.
here. You find...
Is it like 50%, like first edition?
Oh, wow. They've got a ton of arrows. You get a total of 54 arrows, I think.
Wow.
No, I'm
nice.
sorry. 54 arrows each.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
108 arrows.
How many can I carry at once?
That I don't know.
Like, I'm not encumbered at all.
I'll carry some of them.
Gonna take them all then.
Okay, 108 arrows.
Yeah.
And the Nuglub has enough materials to make another one of these hoof stake snares. If you wanted to make another one.
What's it called? A hoof what?
Hoof stake snare.
I'm not the snare person, so I just destroy them. I don't put
don't
them
build
together.
Right. Are we allowed to make those, Mike, since we don't have the snare
You know,
feet?
I'm not
and all
actually
that?
sure how that works. No one has taught you how to make those. There hasn't been a point in the adventure where someone has taught you how to make those. There are materials here to make one, but I don't really know how that works, how it works for you to
Okay,
learn
well,
that skill.
I think we'll just leave it
Yeah, like
then.
by the rules, none of us have the snare crafting feat, which is a feat that you're supposed to take in order to make snares. So,
You can make those snares that you learned from Whippa, but I don't think you can make anything else unless you have the proper feat.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
While we're doing this, we're checking the bodies and stuff. At some point, Xankath wanders over to Jonesy and looks up at him and says, "Thank you. That was much closer than I would have preferred, and I'm glad you were there."
Jonesy will put a hand on Xankath's shoulder.
It is not your time yet. We need you. I'm glad you're all right.
Korgo wants to tame the dinosaur.
Korgo wants to tame the dinosaur?
Yeah.
All right, what are you going to do to try to tame this dinosaur?
I have no idea.
It seems totally uninterested in you. It's just stomping around.
He says a bunch of Jurassic Park quotes. He's like, "Clever girl. Life finds a way." That's all I got.
And don't forget, hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
It doesn't seem like it's a fan of Jurassic Park, but if you make a tame animal check, you might have a shot at it.
So he actually does the same thing he did with the giant, the moosin.
Yep.
You know, it just kind of tries to feed it, see what it's into. Shows it the side of his face, and he rolls a 23 tame animal check.
Wow.
Nice.
That succeeds.
Nice.
It's surprisingly easy to tame this enormous dinosaur, and you got a critical success.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, this dinosaur, it looks at you and sniffs you a bit, and it just starts following along behind you and rooting in the ground behind you. It's just following you.
Critical success means that thing is permanently your friend.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. We'll keep this up. We're going to open a park.
A zoo? Yes. You're going to have a zoo of mooses and saber-toothed tigers and dinosaurs, giant tapirs, porcupines.
So
Amazing.
we travel with this thing for the rest of the day until the rest of the following catches up, I guess?
Exactly. Yeah. This thing just follows you around. It's continually looking for food.
Korgo, how many pets are you planning to take while we're out here?
Korgo looks at his fingers. A lot.
Fair enough. I'm sure they will be excited to see it once we get it back to the following.
Some of us didn't get tame animal for free. We had to use it.
Can I pet it?
Yeah. Come on, it's your friend too.
Jonesy will reach out to see if he can touch the dinosaur's snout.
Yeah, especially while it's eating, it doesn't really seem to care what you do. It just sort of follows along behind Korgo, and if you want to pet it, it's perfectly fine with that. It has a scaly skin, and it's kind of muddy. It roots around in the dirt with this big flat proboscis that it has on, the big duck bill.
Jonesy is super excited and looking at the rest of the party.
Look at it. I'm touching the dinosaur, everybody. Sir, look over here. Hurry.
It's very nice, Jonesy. We didn't get to do anything like that back at the World Wound.
Oh, he's my friend, sir.
This is a much nicer area to hang out, I must say.
This is the best day ever.
All right, well, the dinosaur seems pretty happy to just follow you around. I don't know what exactly it likes about Korgo, but it likes something.
I assume there's a smell there that it appreciates,
Sure.
something like that.
Yeah.
It just smells like all the animals.
This human smells like my mother.
So, that takes us back to the overland map, the hex map. Now, remember, you get one activity per day, one hexploration activity per day. You were reconnoitering that hexagon that you were in.
So this is already the second day we've been in this hex, right?
That's right, yes. I'll assume that you return to the following and take the dinosaur with you. The next day, unless there's anything else you want to do this day, the next day you're back to your travel activity.
Before you go into that,
Yeah.
How does healing work?
Oh, yes.
I'm quite injured and need to feel better.
I can heal you again.
Try medicine first.
Okay.
Well, I might as well use it, though, because I have another healing spell and for traveling for a day.
But maybe she wants to know how medicine works.
Oh, fine.
I mean, I'm down with all of it. Just as long as I'm not, half hit points.
So with the DC 15 medicine check, and Janette could choose optionally to artificially increase that DC to 25, 35, etc. The higher the check she tries to make, the more healing she would get. At a DC 15, if successful, she'll heal 2d8 hit points in 10 minutes and can spend the rest of an hour to double whatever the result is.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'm doing 15. 26.
That's a critical success.
Wow.
Wow.
So you heal, I think it's 4d8.
48.
Nice.
Oh, me next.
Should be 21.
And the wounded condition is removed.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
That takes me back to full.
Sweet.
Excellent. Nice work by Jonesy.
And Korgo too?
Yeah. One of those things got me a couple times.
20.
That's 2d8.
Oh, cool.
7. Do you need another one, Korgo?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
May Sarah Ray be with you?
Much appreciated, Jonesy. It was a hard day.
It was quite a doozy.
I think that might be the most difficult fight you've had so far.
Yeah, that misfortune
I
was
think
really
so, yeah.
brutal.
The Pugwampy was the worst.
Yeah. So the misfortune does wear off. And the next day, you need to decide where you're going. The first signs of spring are emerging here and there as you continue across the plain. Blue squill flowers have sprung up above patches of grass, and green leaf buds are beginning to appear on scrub. By midday, you approach the main branch of the Gornok River, which continues southeast toward Gleaming Sun Lake. Which direction are you going? Are you going southeast toward the hills, and the river winds through the hills, or are you going northeast across the plain? The hills are more difficult terrain and would slow you down.
I seem to remember us going towards the plains.
I think that's what we were planning.
Yeah.
Okay,
And going up and then coming south to hit because we got to go to the lake.
right.
So going up first and then heading south.
Okay, so you're planning to move to that hexagon to your northeast. You need to find a good place for you and the following to ford the river. This is the River Gornok, the main branch of the River Gornok, and that river is beginning to rise with the spring thaw. Someone give me a survival check, and someone else can aid if they want.
I have a +8 survival.
I don't.
I have a +4,
Go for it.
so I could aid.
Okay.
Josh, you got anything better than that?
Yeah, but I think it makes more sense if you aid. Oh, but I'm more helpful. That's I gotta remember my abilities. I'm a helpful guy. What does my thing do again? I think it's a +4. Yeah, to help.
Yeah, if you have better than a +4, then you should help.
I'm helping. Nope, didn't help. But I didn't make it worse. 14.
All right.
26.
Jonesy didn't need it.
Yeah, geez.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Jonesy rolls a 26, and
I know how rivers work.
you're able to find a good place to cross. That evening, you camp by the river, staying on the west side because the following is catching up. You were planning to spend the next day checking the area for hazards that would endanger the following, but the next day, you're awakened by a strange smell.
Ruh-roh.
Korgo.
Sorry.
You walk down to the river ford, but something is wrong. The formerly clear river is turning darker as you look at it, and a foul stench is wafting off of it. A small chunk of something dark and fleshy floats past, bubbling and dissolving. The following is not going to be able to refill its water supplies here if the river stays like this. It might not even be safe to cross. What would you like to do?
Drink it.
Sounds like we'll have to go upstream a little ways. Wasting more of our time.
It feels dangerous to do that. The burning mammoths weren't far behind us.
Yes, you notice they haven't moved today. You can see on the map that they are not quite keeping up with you.
Are we in danger of running out of water?
No, but you do know that your animals, when they cross, will drink the water just as part of crossing. It's going to be hard to stop them.
Does the stream flow south to north or north to south?
It flows from north to south.
Bummer.
So you could go a little bit up the stream to the north.
So there's the river that we're on, and there's an offshoot to the south of us that flows the same direction, right? So it's
Yes.
flowing out to meet this one, so that would be hypothetically clean water. This section down here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that should be clean.
Yeah,
That's true.
because that's a different river.
That separate
Yeah.
tributary, that should be clean. Until it
Yeah.
joins the main branch of the water where it would join with the fouled water.
Right.
To be clear, you are reconnoitering today, right? So looking upstream would be part of your reconnoitering activity for today,
Yeah, so I think we should do that.
Sounds good.
If we can,
if that's what you want to
we can
do.
clean this place up, then we'll have to.
Before we start moving forward, though, is it like, can we identify what's in the water?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but you could make an occultism check.
I could try that.
Don't
I'm
have
pretty
that.
good at occultism.
When it says unspecific lore, what does that mean?
Like, I have demon lore from my time in the Crusades, so somebody might have, like, a alchemy lore that you as the GM could decide seems applicable.
Does anyone have any weird lores that they could apply, that they would like to see if they apply?
Just demon.
Okay, yeah, demon is not relevant.
I've got Underworld.
No, not underworld.
I didn't think so.
All right, we'll try the occultism.
Okay. 25.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, wow. You think this might be some kind of ooze?
Oh.
But it's like it's pieces of an ooze that have been thrown into the water or dumped in the water or it fell into the water and then like fell apart. Whatever it is poisoning this water.
Certainly something we better deal with before animals start trying to cross through it.
Agreed.
Some sort of strange ooze creature. I vote we head north. We check out this the source of this water and see if we can perhaps clear things up. If you haven't prepared your spells for the day, Jonesy, we should try to be prepared for oozes. Do I know anything about oozes with that 25?
Oozes have a wide variety of features. They have different weaknesses and strengths. It just depends on what kind of ooze this is.
Any ooze that's particularly water soluble?
Well, lots of oozes would, if chopped up, possibly dissolve in water. I really don't think you're going to be able to tell much more with just the tiny bits of it that are floating past and bubbling.
That's fair.
If you could see the actual main creature, you might be able to use that roll that you've already made and apply it to figure out what it is. But I think based on what you can see right now, all you can tell is that this is some kind of ooze that has been thrown in or fallen into the water.
Yes, certain contingents of the demons at the World Wound would use oozes as shock troops. But, very slow shock troops. But unless I get an eye on it, I'm not going to be able to tell its weaknesses. I'd say we best all be prepared. Ranged weapons, keeping your distance until we know exactly what it's capable of. But we have to take care of it, or the animals will likely get poisoned.
I agree. And Korgo will never get a bath, and he'll continue to smell like all of the animals. I'm tired of it.
Oh.
I'm not sure that's going to stop if the water is clean.
Dang it.
I didn't know my hygiene was an issue until now.
Well, if you only smelled like one animal, it wouldn't be a big deal, but all of them? It's too much.
You've been sleeping, you slept very close to Harangara and the Hadrosaur last night, and it's a lot.
It's pungent.
Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
But yes, the ooze is a much bigger problem.
So are you heading up the riverbank then?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, you head northwest up the riverbank. So we're in exploration mode, and that means you have a lot of options for what you want to do. You could avoid notice, defend, you could keep a shield raised, detect magic, follow an expert, hustle, investigate, repeat a spell, scout, or search. So let me know if you want me to explain any of those, or if you have a specific one you want to do.
Korgo scouting.
Scouting. All right, so that means you're going ahead or behind the group to watch for danger and moving at half speed. And if you do that, then every creature in your party gains a +1 circumstance bonus to initiative rolls.
Sweet.
All right, so Korgo is scouting. What's everyone else doing?
What's search?
Search means you're looking for hidden doors, traps, hazards, things like that. Yeah, so if you come across a secret door or a trap or something, then I will attempt a secret check to see if you notice it. Anything else anybody wants to do?
If we're traveling slowly, since Korgo is scouting ahead, I will detect magic as we go.
Great. All right, so you're constantly looking for magic auras around you using the detect magic spell.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
I guess I'll search just to make sure we're not coming upon any traps.
Okay, great. You're searching. Is Jonesy doing anything or just walking along and whistling?
I think he would also be kind of searching.
So two of you are searching. You're all going pretty slow. You're not being stealthy or anything. You're just walking along. You're being careful.
Yeah.
But you're not being stealthy. Okay. So you walk along the river. As you continue upstream, the little bits continue to float downstream. Every once in a while, a little piece floats by. You eventually near a thicket of bushes on the west bank of the river. And as you get close, you spot a group of Kellids doing something. And let's switch to the map.
Oh my. Something.
Oh, fun. The map's called Poison Bringers.
Spoilers.
Yeah, they really ought not to put that right on the map, huh? Oh well, too late. All right, we'll stick you guys here in the corner. And we'll say Korgo's sort of toward the front since he's scouting. And Jonesy. And do you want Bastion on the map?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm going to have to make a token for him at some point.
All right, so Bastion, the Porcuped is on the map. And where's Xankath? There's Xankath. All right. You don't spot any traps. But, Korgo, you spot these folks first since you are scouting. You'll all get a +1 on initiative if combat breaks out. These Kellids, these humans, are doing something with a travois, which you can see on the map. The map shows it as a cart, but it's actually a travois. I don't know why. That's what it is. And you can see there are these humans standing by the water, and they're cutting pieces off of something that is in this cart in a cage and throwing them into the water.
Oh, these people really are the worst.
Whatever's in the cage, you can't quite make it out. There's something in the cage that's sort of squirming and moving around in an odd manner, but it's hard to see what it is from here. These are obviously members of the Burning Mammoths. You're not sure what they're up to, but one of them looks up and sees you approaching because you haven't been stealthy. And they scream a bloody war cry. Roll for initiative.
So mean.
Thanks for listening to Broken Tusk Rising. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, by chatting with us on Discord, and most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. This show is possible due to all our patrons who get special zines, one-shots, episode commentary, and other stuff for supporting the podcast. Art for this episode is by Shaun Makes. Audio production and music are by me, Mike Hammock. Thanks for listening, and roll on.
Don't worry, Xankath. You can forget everything you just learned about dying too, because I'm about to heal the shit out of you. All right, no swearing. I'm about to heal you with friendship.
And he gets close. Now I can't even walk.
Game's paused.
I can't rage. Now I can't walk.
Game's paused.
Oh.
Game's paused.
There we go.
None of us have tried to move yet, so.
Okay, you know what? I was wondering what was going on.
I'm so
Right.
bad at this game.
We need you. I'm glad you're all right.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
Okay, goodbye.
I got really distracted by thinking about other Jurassic Park quotes I could add into this. Did
Do
we
yes.
just tame this thing forever?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that art is awesome.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, I thought Mike was just trolling around the internet for random Smilodon art and throwing it in our game, but no.
Never. I'd never allow it.
I'm pumped about Hrongara. I didn't know I was getting art. What a nice surprise.
I'm glad you like it.
Sean's so sweet, isn't he?
He
He's
is.
very generous. He's a generous guy.
But why? What is your goal, Shaun?
Just wait till I ask to borrow exorbitant amounts of money and you'll feel guilted into it.
For Bitcoin.
For Bitcoin.
I have 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin. You welcome to have, sir.
That's what it's all about.